Hey guys and gals, Bluebeard the Pirate here. Oh no, I'm not Bluebeard. Von Baden, that's who I am, with Nightmare Creations, and I wanted to do a little catch up to what's going on. What I have done is I have taken, sorry if I was really loud there, I have taken this EVA 38 high density foam that I got. Show this to you. I got this in a big old square that I can't show all of it on here, but it's pretty thick. It is actually, I want to say this quarter or 3/4. No, actually it's pretty close to an inch thick. Very solid. And I made the framework here out of that. I'm using 8mm foam for the bars, for the caging here. Granted, it'd go the other way. And sorry about bouncing the camera around. I'm going to try to show this to you. What I've done is I've notched smaller notches here, and then of course larger notches. The larger notches, I'm using the 8mm foam, and hopefully I can, sorry about the camera bouncing. But what I'm gonna do is, there we go, now you're level again. The bigger notches, the foam is roughly, I want to say it's about an inch. I didn't really measure it, but yeah, they're about an inch wide. And I'll run one in the middle, the one that'll run the length, and then these smaller ones are maybe half an inch, if that. Yeah, they're about a half inch. Really no rhyme, but I wanted to do, because these ones that I'll have, the smaller bars, are going to go to the front of the head and to the back of, the back of the head and the front of the head. And I will do the bust out in the front, of course. Then with the sides and the other ones, I am taking more of the 8mm foam here, and I will cut it into squares and kind of notch it a little bit, kind of make it into octagons for the rivets that will go on the outside, of course, there and there and there, and then on the other ones to make it look like it's all welded together. To give it more stability on the corners, I'm going to take and cut triangles out of probably the 4mm foam and kind of do it to where each corner will be totally covered, and give it extra stability, and add more of the look that I'm looking for. I'll go across the edging and hot glue it, so once it's plasti dipped and painted, I can make those hot glues look more like weld marks and things of that nature, to give this more stability. Not that really anyone's going to be pressing on it. I went back, and the chunks of foam that I cut out like this, I'll go back and I'll find the piece that closely matches up to it, cut it in half, and then I glue it in in place. Now, for like the rails assemblies and stuff like that, I'm using contact cement. This right here, I want to say it was Kami Cosplay, I believe is how you pronounce it. And if I did butcher it, please let me know down in the comments below. But she did a build where she was using a squeeze bottle, and she said that the fumes really get cut down. That's my dryer going off. Sorry about that. But she uses a squeeze bottle, cuts down on the fumes, and I still wear a respirator when I use it, but it definitely does cut down on those lingering fumes than if you're using the big monster can. Now, there is cases where I still need to use this, and that's all fine and dandy, but for the most part, I use this, and that helps out a great deal. For the strapping, I'm using the contact cement as well, but for the input, the pieces back into it to kind of give it more stability, I'm using super glue, getting the sides, the piece, the railing, the bar. I'm making sure I get it on that too, to make each joint a little bit more solid and stable. And I will be able to do an update video. Hopefully my goal is to get at least one whole side glued together to where I can get these started in there and get that done before I flip it over. I'm using my 1, 2, 3 blocks to kind of keep it from weeble wobbling back and forth. So hopefully, like I said, I'll be back shortly with the continuation of this build, and if not, I will see you on the next video. But hopefully I'll get enough done in this to where showing you that progress will be pretty cool. So thanks, and I'll see you soon. Boy. Hey guys and gals, Von Baden here. Here I am. Ooh, there we go. I wanted to give you an update on this. So what I've done here is I've added the 1/2 inch. Sorry, I'm gonna be bouncing this camera around quite a bit, but I've added the 1/2 inch bars this way, and I will do a 1/2 inch bar, probably just one. I might do two, but I'm thinking more or less doing one across this, and then of course across that one. I went through and added hot glue around here to make it look more like weld marks or welding there as well. And in the corners, which, there we go. So the reasoning behind this is, so one of two things. Number one, it's going to make those corners a bit more solid, since I've got, that's where everything's joining. Then also, once it's painted, I can make it look like a weld, which is the ultimate goal there. I will be duplicating this on the other side, which currently is not done, but I wanted to show you where we were at, continuing on with the video from earlier. So I will duplicate this on the other side, and then I'll go through and I will do the breaks in the bars and do the heat forming, kind of roll it back to make it look like busting out. Then here, what I'm gonna do, let me find my tape measure real quick. Sorry for the bouncing once again. I will take and I will measure that. It's about 3 inches. But what I'll do is I will take a box of 4mm foam and maybe do a 2.5 inch box by a 2.5 inch box, or maybe even just go ahead and do a 3 inch box by a 3 inch box. And then I'll cut it in half from corner to corner, and then that'll give me a triangle piece to glue here. All of this is to make the corners more solid, and where I've got a little bit of roughness in the cuts, things didn't sit exactly flush because I wanted that rough beat up look, which this definitely has a rough beat up look. I didn't want things to be nice, pristine, and exact. It will help hide those things, and I'll be able to get a nicer look when it's all said and done with painting and whatnot for the welds. So this right here is a 1 inch piece of strapping. This is a 1 inch piece of strapping. These are all made out of 8mm foam. These are a 1/2 inch. And like I said, I'll do probably one across. So they'll go across this, but behind this one on both sides, and then I'll duplicate this on that side. Then the top will get caged in, and the bottom will have more of a solid piece that will let me set this on my shoulders, and will get supported by that. Excuse me. So, just a quick little video. Hopefully you found something interesting, or at least was coming back to see the progress, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If so, give this video a thumbs up. If this is your first time to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Got any questions or thoughts? Please leave them down below, and I will see you all on the next video. Thanks. Bye.